Yesterday was what passes as a typical day in Trump world, as yet another self-induced scandal, this time the Epstein affair, threatened to add even greater chaos to this presidency. The Don reverted back to his true and tried playbook with a healthy dose of distraction and disinformation. His target, once again, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, who, according to Trump, is to blame for rising costs and inflation, not, mind you, his tariffs and recent budget fiasco, adding trillions to our national debt. Trump has called Powell, among other things, low IQ, a stupid guy, grossly mismanaging the Fed. Well, he was back at it yesterday.
I think he does a terrible job. He's costing us a lot of money. It's not a tough job, to be honest. Assuming you're smart, it's not a tough job. If you're a dummy, then I guess it's a tough job. He's a terrible Fed chair. I was surprised he was appointed. I was surprised, frankly, that Biden put him in and extended him. He's always been too late, hence his nickname, Too Late. He should have cut interest rates a long time ago. Europe has cut them 10 times in a short period of time, and we cut them none. And that goes for his board, too, because his board is not doing the job, because they should try and rein this guy in. So he's doing a lousy job, but no, I'm not talking about that. Fortunately, we get to make a change in the next, 8 months or so. And now on top of it, he's building a close to $3 billion little nest egg for himself. He's not doing the right job. We should be saving $1 trillion a year in interest. You know, when he talks about cost, we should be saving, think of it, $1 trillion a year. Add that with the tariffs and everything else. But he just doesn't want, he's a knucklehead.
Two quick things. You can't find a single credible economist who believes that Trump's belief in instant rate cuts will solve the problems of his own making. And second, his tantrum yesterday was really about changing the subject. But nonetheless, as with every Trump chaos, there are lies and consequences. When asked if he was considering firing Powell, an act with dubious legal authority, Trump claimed he wasn't at this time. Well, the only problem with that is, the night before, he showed a draft letter to roughly a dozen Republican lawmakers calling for canning the Fed chairman, then polled them as to whether they should do it, indicating he was planning to do just that. In fact, one lawmaker leaving the meeting posted on X that, quote, Jerome Powell is going to be fired, firing is imminent. Now, before we talk about how idiotic and dangerous to our economy such an action would be, a little background here. Jerome Powell is a lifetime Republican who Trump elevated to chair of the Reserve in 2017, during, by the way, his own first presidency. Powell is neither the lightweight Trump mocks him or out of step with financial institutions. Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, said he spoke for other institutional leaders in unequivocally supporting Powell staying on the job. His defense was rooted in Powell's sober guidance and the chilling message it would send if Trump made the Fed yet another political tool. The Federal Reserve's political independence and the principle that the most powerful global central bank made decisions based on economic conditions, not short-term political considerations, is one of the biggest reasons that America remains the world's financial gold standard. If Trump were to follow through on his threat and actually fire Powell, the widespread fear among experts is that immediate disarray would follow. Investors would lose faith that without a Fed acting apolitically, they might abandon U.S. assets. Bond markets would go sideways, and the dollar, it would plummet. Even if Trump goes taco on this latest threat, he will still be able to choose his own chair next May. And you can be rest assured that the replacement will not show the same independence as Mr. Powell. Will investors trust any rate cuts that they'll be based on sound monetary policy or just appeasing Trump? In countries led by strongmen, this has been tried and tried again. And I'll give you a hint. It never once has worked. In short, Trump doesn't know best, and the smart money knows it.